easier to temper your excitement for the first game than maybe the players have to do?
Oh yeah, it's as a coach, you're just locked into trying to follow a game plan, and for a player, this is great. You get to go out and practice in front of a lot of people, and then you're having your game, and it's what you work for. But as a coach, you just think about the game plan, and you have nerves. But it's right as the game starts. I think it's pretty similar to any other game, especially through the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten really, prepares you for moments like this.
Coach Davis said that they've got two big guys on their team, 6'10", 6'9". They're not afraid of size. It's still difficult to recreate you all size and what you all can do with it, isn't it?
Well, you have to play big. Sometimes you see those 6'9", 6'8" guys that are rangy and athletic. They'll play bigger sometimes than a guy that's 7 foot, 7'10", and 7'2". And I think for us, that's always been our motto with our big guys. And so you might be big, but you got to play big. Guys that play big get rebounds, they get block shots. They really enforce and protect the rim. And so it's important tomorrow, for our guys to be in a stance also, because those guys are pretty athletic and they can drive the basketball on them. So we're constantly working with those guys, in those areas.
You got exactly one guy that's played in an NCAA tournament game. How can that lack of experience, these guys maybe don't know any better, can you play that into your favor at any point?
Well, I think for us, the experience of being on the bubble is our experience. That's a hard thing to do late February, early March. You see some teams that don't get some necessary wins. And even though we didn't beat everybody, I thought we got the necessary wins. And I think that really shows to the character and the toughness of our guys. And that's what we're going to have to show here in our next game.
Do you feel like they've stepped up to that pressure well late in the season then?
I thought so. And we really didn't talk about it too much. But, the way it gets covered from a media standpoint, everybody understands where you stand or where close to where you stand. Sometimes everybody's not exactly right in what they're talking about, but it's pretty close. So I think that really helps prepare us.
From an offensive standpoint, what do you all have to do to make sure you keep that aggressiveness? Or how do your players say that?
Yeah.
We saw you fall off in the second half of the Big Ten tournament game. How do you keep that up?
Well, I think we played a pretty good team, first of all. We're up 5 points against Wisconsin, and they don't turn the ball over in the first half. It's kind of unheard of, but we are still in a good position. We've had those laws like Wisconsin during the season. Maybe we didn't play someone the caliber of Wisconsin, and we're able to hang in the game a little bit more and then fight through it and then play better, the last 9-10 minutes of the second half. So we're going to continue to have those at some point in games. I think, by the time you get to 32, 33, 34 games and you see trends, those trends aren't going to stop. You just got to continue to rebound, continue to defend, and keep giving yourself a chance. Don't turn the basketball over. Don't compound your mistakes. But, we have to do a better job, I think, in those times of really driving the basketball or getting it inside and trying to steal some points, whether you're getting layups or putbacks or getting to the free throw line.
Focus is a word that keeps coming up. Is that a big key in these situations, keeping the kids dialed into this?
Well, I think you're focusing on what you need to do, and you need to do your job. And sometimes when you get into these settings, especially with some inexperience, you start to freewheel a little bit and do some things out of character. We just need to stick with what got us here and continue to play hard. But we have to steal some points. So, like we talk about being aggressive, we have to be aggressive when we have angles. We have to be aggressive when we open court. When we get one-on-one situations, especially in the low post, our big boys, they need to be aggressive and need to attack.
Nick, I see that you brought up the 14 in a row thing. I don't know if it was just a him or the team. Did you?
Yeah, you brought up. I think being ready to play. I think we have good tradition at Purdue, and obviously we've been able to win that first round game. And when you look at it in the big picture of things, you like to win more than that. But it's one game. We're here to compete against Cincinnati, and that's it. If you're fortunate enough to beat somebody like Cincinnati, then you move to that next game. But just kind of talking to our guys, sometimes if you don't bring some things up, they don't realize the tradition.